Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Rubbings Racing channel. After all these technical issues, we are still broadcasting from the planet Earth, and we are at Zhuai tonight for TNL number 24. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the late start. It is the Radical RS3 tonight at Zhuai. A little bit of track and car information I will have later on in the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, it must have been a PlayStation thing. Maybe they're working on the network. We're not sure. Uniclark leading this field around right now. Let me throw the map on. I'm a little bit clustered here as we're just starting to get this on right now. See where these guys are at on the map as these guys come around. Right now, they're coming around turn 7, headbound to set. You see Uniclark go around in a circle. Lightblade now up to first place. Uniclark being able to gather that back around. Able back to second, but now he has company right now between TTV and Amber Cuey. Uniclark back to third place. We're seeing Uniclark in that red, I'm not sure what number that is there. Not got a good angle on that, but the red Izzy. You see Uniclark back to third. Looked like he did start on the pole. We didn't get to see any of the qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, and for that I do apologize. We're having some connection issues, like I said. But Thursday Night Lights, number 24, somebody getting crazy wild in the background back there. Who is that? Looks like it might be Sid. Sid coming in right now. Number 23. Norda Viking is currently in 7th place right now. 5 seconds off the lead as you see all these Radicals coming down the track here. Just keeping an eye on them on the track as these guys come around the final corner. Turn 14. This is a long, kind of like a right-hander here. You got to be careful coming out of here and then back on the power. You can see him sliding around just a little bit as he comes back down towards the start-finish line. Seen somebody going off back there. It looks like it may be CMC or Old Smoke. You're not sure who that was that went off back there. Trying to get all this action here, ladies and gentlemen. I dove in absolutely head first, so I'm trying to keep an eye on all this track action there. Amber Cuey Andrew doing a great job right now behind TTV. Currently, this is happening about 2 seconds behind the leaders right now. If you want a little bit of information about the track, tonight we picked the track Zhuai. It is in China. It's called the Zhuai International Circuit. It is in Jingting Town in Zhuai City in the province of China. Now the Guangdong, I don't know, I couldn't pronounce that, but I wrote it down. It says the motorsport started in Zhuai when it hosted a race on its street circuit in 1993. Racing continued until 1996 when the motor racing circuit was constructed and became China's first permanent motor racetrack with Formula One in mind. The first international race held at the circuit was the BPR Global GT Series. The circuit soon became the hotbed of local motorsports with teams from Hong Kong and Macau setting up in their bases inside their garage. It says the circuit is 4.3 kilometers or 2.67 miles long and has 14 turns. 9 of them are right turns and 5 of them are left turns, and the circuit runs clockwise only. The shorter straight in the rear is 500 meters long, and the longest straight in the start-finish line is at 900 meters long and 14 meters wide at its widest. A lot of drivers say that this is a great track, and there's a lot of overtaking places on the circuit because of the combination of the straights, the hard braking areas for the hairpins, tight corners, followed by an acceleration for long straights. And the most successful driver on the circuit is the best one who can manage their brake wear. The Zhuai International Circuit is an FIA Grade 2 certified circuit, ladies and gentlemen. As we're watching these guys go around this track, somebody takes a ride through the dirt there. Not sure who that was. Norda Viking goes off to 5th place right now, spinning it out. Uniclark up to 4th place right now. In behind the console, looks like the console up to 3rd place. Had a few guys come in late tonight. A few guys didn't be able to make it. Maybe try to get some guys in the lobby here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments and all your support here at the Rubbings Racing channel. And like I said, we had a little bit of technical difficulties getting this underway here as we're watching Uniclark now battle the console as these guys come down to turn 9 here. This left-hander, you guys come way down the hill here. We go on board with Uniclark right now as he's tucking in behind the console right on the inside here. You see where he's at on track right now. Coming around turn 10 and then down this long stretch, you can see him get out a little sideways into the grass, still able to maintain control. And that is saying something because these cars are a little bit difficult to control, but they're not that hard. And a little bit of information, too, about these Radical sports cars. It said the Radical sports cars, it's actually a British manufacturer and it's a constructor of racing cars. The company was founded in January of 1997, ladies and gentlemen. I graduated in 1996, so The year after I graduated, this company was founded by amateur drivers, man. By the engineers Mick Hyde and Phil Abbott. As you see, Uniclark now coming up across the line here in 3rd place. Let's go back here and see what's happening for 6th place. Right now we have Sideways GT4 now taking that position away from Tuggy. And let's go to trackside here, ladies and gentlemen. We keep an eye on this action. See how a lot of these cars are still coming out of the final corner. All these guys are still within striking distance here at mid-pack as we see Sideways GT4 try, or Tuggy Bear try to do something with Sideways GT4. You see Tuggy Bear sporting this national flag on that car in that number 28. It looks like now he's in a battle here. There's a lot of cars coming around the corner here. Anyway, there's Mick Hyde and this Phil Abbott. They build open cockpit sports cars which can be registered for the road use and run on a track without modification. Hence, this RS3 was born. The Radical produces a mix of purpose-built race cars as well as road-legal sports cars in varying specifications. The most popular race car produced to date is the Radical SR3 with the V6 RXC being the most numerous and road-legal sport car. So ladies and gentlemen, this thing is built for fun, built for speed. It has 2 seats in it as well for a driver and a passenger, so you can get out on the track day and take your friend or your girlfriend or whoever it is with you. Right now, Tuggy Bear now on the back of the console. We got the number 27 and the 24, both of those European flying the Union Jack on those cars. Tuggy Bear getting way out wide. It looks like Diecrocs, our winner, or double feature. Oh no, he didn't win. Yes, he did win both last week. That's right. Lightblade was almost able to hold him off. And the V8 Supercars, if you guys missed that last week, you should turn back in. The TNL number 23, that was last week at Mount Bathurst, and the V8 Supercars doing a great job last week. Diecroc making his debut. Currently running 6th right now behind the console. And Tuggy Bear has a mirror full of Old Smoky right now. Old Smoky back to 8th place. Old Smoky doing a great job. As soon as I put the camera on him, commentator curse spins out a little bit, and it looks like somebody went off the road in front of him. Tuggy Bear also spinning it out. Unfortunate for him. Where's Nordic up to? Nordic currently running the 9th place, 25 seconds behind the leader. And let's see what Lightblade's up to out front. Haven't mentioned him, probably because he's been up front away from everybody. 4.6 seconds out in front of everybody right now. Amber Curie Andrew doing a good job coming in. 2nd place, 4 seconds behind him right now as you see Amber Curie coming through turn. Looks like that was where we at on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, coming down to turn 9, ladies and gentlemen. So Uniclark back to 3rd place. It looks like he was able to get away from Sideways GT4. Sideways GT4 now in 4th place. You see him come around that corner. Got the console now coming around, losing the back end a little bit. Diecrocs on the back of the console. Hurlo coming around the corner in 7th place, followed by Old Smoky now up to 8th place. Nord Viking on the back of these 3 fellas coming in 9th place. TTV and Tuggy Bear rounding out the top 11. And CMC back to the pits. Not sure if he's retired. He was having some connection issues in the beginning, like I was as well. So not sure what he's up to, ladies and gentlemen. Diecrocs now challenging the console for 5th place, ladies and gentlemen. This is a top 5 position at stake right now. The console doing a good job. That number 30 extra green and yellow Radical being piloted by Diecrocs right now. 21 seconds behind the lead. And Old Smoky now. Where's Old Smoky at? Old Smoky is trying to fight up a hard charging TTV in the background there. About 4 seconds. No, that's not 4 seconds. That's Hurlo. I'm sorry. So we got Diecrocs coming in here in 6th place right now. And I'm trying to gather up where all these guys are at. I'm trying to take a look at all this. We know Lightblade's running out front. Amber Curian, you're up to 2nd. And Uniclark up to the 3rd. Evan chiming in on the YouTube says he'll be here for the future. Yeah, absolutely, we have room for you. So thank you guys for, like I said, tuning in. Keeping an eye on all this action here, ladies and gentlemen. I had to turn my computer down. I didn't hear it. If you heard the echo in the background, I am 100% sorry about that. Diecrocs challenging the console. Steal this position for 5th place as these guys come down this long stretch towards turn 9, ladies and gentlemen. Hard on this braking zone, and it's a hard right-hander. Almost a U-turn, almost a 90-degree turn here as they come. Oh, that wasn't turn 9. That was turn 7, ladies and gentlemen. They're now around turn 8 right here, and then starting down into this hard braking zone, this hard left-hander here as you see these guys make this almost a U-turn. We're going cockpit right along with Diecrocs right now and see what he's seeing right now. You can see he has the same issues everybody coming out of turn 10 down the long stretch here, turns turn 11. This is that 600-meter stretch they were talking about. 600 meters long. You see him now on the back of the console. This is for 5th place right now, and somebody has gone off. We're not sure who that is. Looks like it may be a back marker. CMC off the pace there. TTV also off the pace, and it looks like Nordic also off the pace as well. Back up to the action between Diecrox and the console now. 9 minutes remaining in the session, ladies and gentlemen. Over halfway done. Somebody's pit stop is out on the road. We're not sure what was going on there. That was kind of freaky if you were seeing that on the stream. That was kind of weird. Somebody left their flag out. Into turn 1 right now. Hard on the brakes as you see Diecrox come up behind the console. And let's ride on board with Old Smoky now, as him and Herlo are in this battle here for his 7th place. Herlo has it. Old Smoky wants it. And oh no, Herlo goes around. Old Smoky able to get around him, not being able to make any contact. And now Tuggy Bear coming around the final corner, first corner. Should be able to see Herlo in his sights if he can keep that car on the road. These guys having a problem with the traction right now. Now Nord Viking coming around turn 1 up towards turn 2, or towards turn 3. I'm sorry, towards turn 4. Headed up on the back of Tuggy Bear right now, or on the back of Tuggy Bear. Seen Tuggy Bear get a little bit wide. Let's go back here and see what Diecrox's up to. Let's go trackside and see what he can do with the console right now. Actually, we're riding behind him trackside, as you see. Now Diecrox to the inside, taking that position away from the console. They can the console do anything to fight back? Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Console's been pretty strong so far today, but this has all happened in 22 seconds out behind the leader, Lightblade. Lightblade has put a commanding lead over Amber Kiwi Andrew. Amber Kiwi Andrew, a late entry tonight. We had a few guys not able to make it. Hopefully not because of the coronavirus. Hopefully it's just they're too tired to race. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. I will cover my mouth if I cough in the mic so you don't catch it through the stream. I promise you, I am sanitized. Amber Kiwi doing a great job in 2nd place. Uniclark back to 3rd place. Sideways GT4 to 4th, and we're keeping an eye on this battle right here between Diecrox and the console right now. The console fighting off a hard-charging Diecrox for about the last 3 laps or so, and Diecrox managing to be able to get around him as they came around turn 4. You see him doing a great job. Now the console fighting back, takes a peek to the inside, but doesn't think he's going to be able to make that turn right now, or make that pass. These guys come out of turn 12. Ladies and gentlemen, to start down towards the start-finish line here. You can see him coming around turn 12 right now, down towards, where are these guys at on the track? Turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, turn 4 and 5. I'm getting a little confused. I'm watching the wrong blue dot here. We can see Diecrox now fighting off the console for 5th and 6th place. Let's get back through the track here and see what Nord Viking's up to. He was on the back of Tuggy Bear, and both of these guys are still fighting hard, ladies and gentlemen. This is 4th position. Tuggy Bear in 9th place. Nord Viking in 10th, and what a great camera angle. You see Tuggy Bear still having all kind of trouble, puts it off in the grass. Well-groomed grass, I do say myself. You see TTV now coming into the picture. See if he's able to crawl up on the back of Tuggy Bear. Back to this battle here for 5th place. These guys are locked. They have their horns locked together as you're watching these guys come right now up towards turn 11 down this long stretch here. Towards this sharp right-hander. They're going to have to get hard on the brakes. The console now trying to do everything he can with Diecrox. If you guys want to get involved in what you're seeing on the stream here, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. That'll get you your ticket to some of the cleanest fasting sim racing for the PlayStation 4, ladies and gentlemen. We do our best to make everybody happy. We do our best to try to get everybody on stream. And we appreciate it if you would hit that website. Like I said, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Newly redesigned website. Tell you a little bit about us, what our mission statement is, what we stand for as we're watching this battle unfold right now between 5th and 6th place. Diecrox in 5th. The console in 6th. These guys are still fighting. Diecrox gets a little loose coming out of that corner. And it looks like the console's going to be able to try to capitalize on that just a little bit as you see him fade out of the picture there. And now Diecrox in that yellow car. Now he's going to take that outside line, dive it back to the inside as they come around turn 4, out around turn 5, ladies and gentlemen. Up around this turn 6 right here. The console doing everything he can. Trying not to use up his equipment here as we are getting the laps winding down, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes and 30 seconds remain in this session. Chiming in on the tune, Lee Raymond, do we rev all the race with the assist off? Not in Thursday Night Lights, we do not. Thursday Night Lights, if you're not familiar with what Thursday Night Lights is, it's a random car and a random track. We try to do our best at pairing them all together, pairing them together as best we can. Last week we did the V8s at the Bathurst. Week before that, I'm not sure what we did, but it's pretty pretty common. We do different cars, different tracks. Keeping an eye on this battle here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not ignoring the battle. I'm answering a question that was on the stream. For Thursday Night Lights, we have all kind of talent. We have very fast veteran race car drivers and very new guys that are very new to the game. So we do leave the assist on so everybody can have a fair chance and everybody can at least have fun in racing this. In our regular leagues, a lot of the assists are off. A lot of damage is on, depending on what leagues you want to join. If you're interested in joining, like I said, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. You can see all our championships on there. Sunday nights we do the GT3 League, very fast guys, very highly contested league there. Sunday mornings we do the Ferrari Renault, or the FR League, Formula Renault League, very open wheel, but very, very popular right now. Hoping to, looking for big things in that. Tuesday nights we do the touring car divisions. We do the Clio Cups in the Division 2, and we do the touring cars in the Division 1. Division 1 is broadcasted as of right now. Wednesday nights we don't do much, just a bunch of community racing. Thursday nights you're seeing it here live, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday Night Lights. This is our 24th episode, 24th different car track combo here. This is the Radical RS3 RS at the Zhuai International, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes remaining into this session. Track temperature is 94 degrees and the ambient temperature is 62 degrees. Saturday nights or Friday nights we have the Ginetta GT5 series. That is going to be our North American tour this year. That's going to be really, really great fun. We have a great lobby lineup for that. As you see, Dicrocs still fending off the console here, keeping an eye on this battle. Let's go back here. Oh no, and the console gets a little bit out of sorts there. He's got to collect it all together. Going to lose a bunch of time to Dicrocs. So let's go back here and see what Herlo is doing with Nord Viking. Nord Viking up to 8th place. Back to what I was saying anyway. Saturday nights we do the LMP2 series. That's hosted by our very own Flying Dutchman, Ubar. Does a great job there. A lot of fast, high downforce guys in that league there. It's going to be really fun to watch this year. So, and Thursday Night Lights, no, we do not use a realistic driving age. We do allow most everything on for Thursday Night Lights. It's just an introduction for everybody to be able to get involved and still have a good time and get on stream and have a good time. So, hope I answered your question. And like I said, if you're interested in joining, then you can get ready to join. Big Dom, 10 o'clock Sunday mornings, 10 o'clock GMT, 10 o'clock GMT. If you're interested in trying to get that FR, the Formula Renault, you can always talk to Murphy or go to the Formula Renault channel or ask in the general chat and find out somebody if you're interested in the Formula Renault open wheel. That's early morning Sunday, like I said, 10 a.m. Sunday mornings, hosted by, it was Murphy last year. I'm not sure who took over. We got a bunch of changes in the roster right now. Look and see what Tuggy Bear's doing on the back of TTV right now. Tuggy Bear's been having a hard time with this car, trying to keep it on track. These guys are going to have to adjust their downforce in the second part of this track, ladies and gentlemen, or the second part of this race. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in this session, ladies and gentlemen. As we get ready to wind down, our second race is going to be half or twice the length. So right now we're at lap 12. It's probably going to be around 25 or 26, maybe 27 laps for our feature. Reverse style grid, as we're keeping an eye on this battle right now between Tuggy and TTV right now. Let's go down through the field and see what's happening. Where is our leader Lightblade at? Looks like our leader Lightblade coming around turn 6. Clearly in command of this race right now. He looks like he did something right in his setup right now. You can see him coming around turn 7. A little on the brakes here and slided just a little bit, but he's really in no rush right now, doing an absolutely great job getting it through there. Where's Mercury Andrew? Mercury Andrew now coming out of turn 7 as well into the picture. Uniclark up to 3rd. You can see him exiting the picture as well. And then it's a little while back, all the way back to Sideways GT4. We're Sideways GT4. It should be about coming around that corner right now. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Sideways GT4 doing a great job holding 4th position down. No contestant. He's not in a position to take it, or he's not in a position to give one away either. So doing a great job in 4th place. Great to have him on board tonight. Dicrocs coming around turn 7. You can see him doing a great job up to 5th place. You see the console behind him. They had a great battle. You see the console coming into the frame right there. They had a great battle going on for a long time. Looks like the console might have just pooped out just a little bit, lost some of the gripping them tires. Old Smoky, you can see him coming around the corner right there. Currently holding down 7th place. Norda Viking was in a battle with Herlo there. Let's see Herlo in behind him. Norda Viking coming around. Herlo bringing it down as well. That's the top 9, ladies and gentlemen. We have 12 people in the race right now. TTV, where's TTV at? Coming around that final corner as well. Currently holding 10th. And you see Tuggy Bear should be coming into the frame here in a second. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, holding it up. And CMC looks like he's having some difficulties out on the track. Light Blade now crossing the line in first place. I missed it, ladies and gentlemen. I totally missed it. Congratulations to Light Blade on the victory. Amber Curie Andrew coming in second. Uniclark coming in third. Sideways GT fourth, coming in across fourth right now as they come across the line. Dicrox coming across in fifth, ladies and gentlemen. The Console coming across in sixth, not able to get anything on that. Old Smoky blinking his lights, coming across in seventh. Norda Viking in 8th place and Herlo in 9th. These guys still all within striking distance of each other. Let's see TTV now all the way in the back there. Cool down lap is on, guys. Points are on, so just be careful making the contact. TTV coming across the line here in 10th place. Great to have him on track. And finally we see our Englishman Tuggy Bear coming across the line as well to round it out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our sprint race. Stay tuned. I think it is going to be 26 or 27 laps. Where are we at, ladies and gentlemen? 12 laps. So it's going to be 25 laps. 25 laps, same time. It's times 10 though, so it's probably going to go into the evening hours, maybe just sunset. I hope we got it right this week. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I got to take a few pictures of this lineup, and we're going to get underway. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature race here. Thursday Night Lights number 24 at Zhuai with the Radical RS3. Been an exciting race so far. We did have a little bit of technical difficulties starting off this morning, or this evening, I'm sorry, with the qualifying session. We didn't get to get the qualifying session out, so we are going to continue here. We did the sprint race. Light Blade clearly taking it. I missed that ending. The first 3 guys, I missed the ending. So be sure to do it this time for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little flustered because we got off on a rocky start. But these guys are going to get going here. The light turns green. They're going to start forming up in this position right here. CMC F1 out to the front, please. Tuggy Bear in behind him to 2nd place. TTV Alienzo. Who's in the pits? Oh, bummer. Okay. TT Alienzo to 3rd. Herlo to 4th place, please. Norda Viking up to 5th place. Old Smoky up to 6th place, please. The Console to 7th place. Dicrox up to 8th place. Sideways is not here. He would have been in 9th. So Uniclark to 9th place. You have Amber QE to 10th place and Light Blade up to the 11th place, please. Evan to 12th place, and we have our final contestant, Big Dom, to 13th place, ladies and gentlemen. That is the running order. We have 25 laps with a mandatory pit stop as CMC leads these guys around, doing a great job here. Looking at the speedometer, you can run it up to probably about 65, 70 miles per hour there, CMC. We don't want the tires to cool down too cold here, just to get these guys lined up and keeping an eye on where they are on track. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments, all your support. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. We always appreciate it. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. And you see CMC going off the track a little bit there. He's going to have to get rejoined there. Be careful and rejoin in there to lead these guys back out around. CMC finished in the back of the pack there, so he's got to be careful knowing all these fast guys are behind him here. Coming down the stretch here towards turn 9. All these guys looking pretty good. We see Light Blade all the way back in 11th place. Won our feature race. Came up 2nd place last week, I believe 2 times. I believe in both races. I know in the first one, maybe this, I can't remember if it's the second one. I'd have to go back and look at the highlights. But Light Blade doing it in style right now. I was going down through some of the driver information as well here, ladies and gentlemen. And Evan, or not Evan, I'm sorry, who was it? It was, let's see, Light Blade, Amber Q, Uniclark, Dicrox. I think he said in his bio he was 15 years old. So we got a young kid out here, 15 years old. Making these older fellas look pretty bad right now. Dicrox looking for him to have a good race here, starting 3 positions out in front of Light Blade to see Dicrox here. And what a great view as these guys come down towards turns 14 here. Yeah, you guys are going to start to form up right here, guys, side by side. First place on the right, second place on the left, evens on the left, odds on the right, ladies and gentlemen, as we come down through the field here. Let's go to the back of the field. Looks like all these guys are getting ready to line up. CMC coming up to the line, and it looks like all these guys are lined up side by side. At any time, CMC can go ahead and put the hammer down, and he puts it down. We are green, 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 ladies and gentlemen. CMC gets a good start, and right now they're coming down side by side. Tuggy Bear on the right side, CMC in that number 12 on the left side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Tuggy Bear making a move to the inside, goes into the grass. Oh no, he's got to be careful coming back on. He's got to hold his brakes. Be careful in turn 1. We have a car spun in turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody gets through. What a great, great view as the pack goes by. CMC now up to second. You see dropping back to 4th, back to 5th, back to 6th, into the grass. CMC not having a good start. TTV, meanwhile, up to first place now, being charged on by Uniclark, and it looks like the console. The console now being side by side with Uniclark. Console into that white British flag, number 27 now to the inside of the Uniclark here. Uniclark in that red car gets into him a little bit. Now looks like they get connected at the bumper. Incidental contact. Both of the guys wait for each other. The console can't get it going. That's unfortunate for him. Incidental contact. It's unfortunate. Uniclark is able to move on. Did their stop and wait for him, but the console looked like he spun it out, and Uniclark put the hammer down to try to get some positions back here. Evan, meanwhile, up to 6th place. He was off abroad there. He said he got stuck and hung up a little bit and traveling due to the there's some things going on in the world here, but able to join in tonight. Good to have him on track. Currently up to 5th place from starting from the back of the track. Doing a great job tonight. And that number 9 Stars and Stripe Radical, ladies and gentlemen. This British engineered design car is designed for fun, high downforce, and to give you guys thrill. They do have, this is built by a bunch of amateurs, man. Just a regular street car. They're like, look, we want to go to the track, but we don't want to haul it. We want to drive it. So these guys did a good job with the Radical here. And like I said, the company was founded in 1997 by a bunch of just 2 dudes, man. They just wanted to just make something happen. And here we go. Thursday Night Lights number 24. We are showcasing this British racing car here, the Radical, at Zhuai in China, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping an eye on the traction here. Still a lot of action up front. Amber Curie Andrew now looks like he's going to try to challenge TTV for first position, and TTV doing a great job. Look at him go out front as we come to we're in lap 3 out of 25, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 3 out of 25 with a mandatory pit stop. Light clouds and sunshine in the forecast for today. And it's going to go into the evening hours. Thankfully, we have headlights on this thing. We're going to see if we can just wrap it up just good with another phenomenal springtime evening finish here at Thursday Night Lights. Next week, we're not sure where we're going to be at next week, but it's going to be absolutely fun. Please tune in to Thursday Night Lights, episode 25, as we're keeping an eye on this lead right now, as TTV is doing a great job holding off Amber Curie Andrew, Old Smoky, Evan, Nord Viking, Lightblade up to 6th place, Dycroc now on the back of Lightblade. This is going to be an interesting race right now. These 2 heavyweights were slugging it out last week at Bathurst in those V8 supercars. They were a handful. They were stock setups, and boy, they really put on a show for the fans. And right now, they're nose to tail once again, 6th and 7th place, only 2 seconds behind the leader. TTV doing a great job holding off this charging pack right now. Surprised to see him out front. Not surprised, but happy to see him out front. Doesn't get a lot of chance to run out front, but had a good starting position, has that clean air, now under fire by Amber Curie. Amber Curie hits the dirt, goes off the track, ladies and gentlemen, up beside the paint. What's he going to do? Come back out on track, loses a ton of positions, back to 7th place. Unfortunate for him. Let's go up to the front and see what's happening with TTV. Can't say enough for what he's doing in that number 3 silver, red, and yellow Radical RS3 as he comes out of turn 1. Being followed by Nord Viking and Old Smoky in that green and yellow car. Lightblade now up to 4th place, and Dycroc still in 5th place behind Lightblade now, losing a position to Old Smoky, but you see Dycroc taking that position away from Old Smoky as they come through turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, up around turn 5, up towards this a long, super sharp right-hander towards turn 7 here, around turn 6, turn 7. TTV now spreading his gap out, 1.3 seconds out in front of Lightblade. We know Lightblade has a great setup, and we see somebody getting a little bit sideways there. Not sure who that was. I think that may have been Not sure if that's Old Smoky. No, Old Smoky's in that green and yellow there, and I'm not sure who's behind him. Is that Evan on the outside? Evan's in that number 9. Having a hard time keeping track of all these guys. Looks like Nordic yesterday. There's a little bit of contact right there between Evan and Old Smoky. Looks like they're going to get it all sorted out. Old Smoky now looks like he's going backwards a little bit in that number 31 yellow, white, and green Radical. You can see him going backwards a little bit, back to 7th place. Meanwhile, TTV now starting to feel the pressure a little bit from Lightblade. Bobby, our 33-year-old Englishman, lives to race, loves everything motor. He's out here on the track all the time. I see him every day of the week out here pounding the pavement. He's got a good thing going in Rubbins Racing right now with the... boy, I'm having an absolutely brain fart. I can't remember what it's called, but they're doing this thing where they're training drivers up, so it's a really good thing. Lightblade making a move to the outside. What's he going to do here, ladies and gentlemen? Not able to do it in turn 1. TTV holding his line and doing it solidly, but now feeling the pressure from Lightblade. Now Lightblade all over the back of him. Within striking distance. Let's go on board with Lightblade, ladies and gentlemen, into the cockpit, get rid of the interface, and see what's going to happen here as they come around turn 4. And then this is turn 5 here, this right-hander. You see Lightblade now to the outside of TTV. Let's go on board with TTV and see if we can see if Lightblade can able to make that pass off to the right side. Be careful coming into this sharp right-hander, hard on the brakes. Can he do anything with Lightblade? Lightblade successfully takes that position away. Now let's see where Dycroc is in all of this. Dycroc now in behind TTV. And you see now that this action, Dycroc does not want to let Lightblade get away. Separation right now is only one car. TTV is in the way of Dycroc as he tries to hunt down Lightblade as they come around turn 9 and then around this long left-hand sweeper, turn 10. Everybody seems to get loose here. You see the rubber flying. It looks like Dycroc's going to have a good run. It looks like TTV's going to try to block him just a little bit. It looks like now he's to the outside. Can he try to overtake him? Let's go here and see what TTV's going to do here with all of this. TTV off now to the inside. You can see Dycroc now back to the outside. You can see Dycroc's doing a good job. Let's go trackside, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to start losing these two because they're racing so close. Trackside, as you see these guys side by side. TTV trying to hold on to that position, doing a fantastic job side by side with Dycroc. Meanwhile, Lightblade is walking away from these guys. These guys are racing pretty hard. And Lightblade is able to put about a 1.6 second gap between him and second place. Old Smoky now is on the back of Evan. Evan up to 5th place. Got up to 5th place in about lap 2 or lap 3 from the back of the pack, and seems where he leveled off. Still only 3 seconds behind the leader right now. You can see the whole lead group still in that pack. Much better consistency this time around, ladies and gentlemen. 94 degrees is the track temperature. 62 degrees is the outside temperature, and that is in Fahrenheit, ladies and gentlemen, as we see TTV get a little bit wide. We're not sure. That was Uniclark in that red car get a little bit sideways. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Under pressure now by Evan. Evan's going to try to take that position away from Uniclark to the outside as they come around turn 7, ladies and gentlemen. Uniclark now able to hold that position, but now Evan under pressure by Old Smoky. This is for 6th place. 4th, 5th, and 6th. You can see 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the picture. Coming out of the picture there, ladies and gentlemen. Lightblade, TTV now. TTV coming up on the back of Lightblade. What's he going to be able to do with Lightblade? And now Dycroc's coming up into the picture. TTV going to the inside there. Hopefully he didn't get a track cut now to 2nd. Side by side now, TTV. But it looks like they're still side by side. Uniclark and Old Smoky. This is the next battle. Having a great time doing it here. Thursday Night Lights. The track, the Radical RS3 is the car of choice, ladies and gentlemen, as they come across the line. Lap 7 out of 25. Keeping an eye on this race right now between Uniclark, Old Smoky, and Evan. Evan in that white car, almost 3 wide coming through turn 1. Insane in the membrane, ladies and gentlemen. Uniclark in that red car, currently in 3rd. You see Evan in the white car on the left in 4th, and you see Old Smoky in that yellow and green and white car in behind him. All these guys driving the Radical. Identical cars tonight. Setups are allowed. A lot of these guys cranked on their setups a little bit in the intermission here, and we're going to see what's going on now with the leaders now. TTV doing an absolutely fantastic job hanging with these top 3 guys. Lightblade and Dycroc is splitting these 2 guys right now, like I mentioned earlier, in Thursday Night Lights. Number 23 last week, Bathurst. The V8 supercars, Dycroc and Lightblade were the showstoppers. They were the 2 guys to beat. Evan ended up winning both of them, and it looks like he's on a mission to try to win, Dycroc's Dicrox ended up winning both of those races last week, and looks like he's going to try to get another victory tonight. Sweet, sweet victory for Lightblade in the first one, able to redeem himself from last week, and doing it in style right now as we see TTV currently holding that second place, getting in the way of Dicrox. Dicrox got to be frustrated, but he's running a clean race. You know, that's the art of it, ladies and gentlemen. Going into the cockpit with Dicrox as you're watching these guys come down towards towards the final corner here, ladies and gentlemen. And oh no, there goes TTV. TTV goes into the grass and parks it backwards by the service entrance. Unfortunate for him. He's got to be careful coming back on track, coming out of the final corner. There is a car spun, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Amber Curie Andrew at right now? Looks like these guys are way behind the field. Let's get back up here and see now what Dicroc's going to do with Lightblade, as he has them all to himself right now. Unfortunate spin for TTV. 8 laps up in the top 3. Great running by him tonight. Hopefully that's a sign of good things to come for him in this Thursday Night Lights series, ladies and gentlemen. This is all for bragging rights. No points on the line. There's really no stewards inquiries unless somebody's being absolutely insubordinate and just being an absolute turd bird. We normally don't do inquiries. I mean, if there is something, we do take looks at stuff, but it's just all for fun, getting on track, getting on the stream, and just enjoying the community here. Let's go back here and see what Old Smokey's up to all over the back of Evan. These guys now in a battle for 4th place. Old Smokey in that 5th place position, wanting to take that 4th place position away from Evan IRL right now, as you see these guys coming down to turn 10. This hard left-hander is brutal. Hard on the brakes, man. You got to turn the car in, off the brakes, and then back on the brakes and try to collect the car. And this tricky corner right here, you can see, and there he goes. And back end goes around after about 8 laps. These tires are probably starting to go away. I heard complaints in the sprint race that they weren't getting hot enough, so we're not sure what's going on with the grip right now. Back to the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Dicroc on the back of Lightblade. Not less than a second behind him. You can see these cars starting to slip and slide around a little bit. Temperatures remaining about the same, 94 degrees Fahrenheit for the track temperature, 62 degrees Fahrenheit for the outside temperature. Spring day here, ladies and gentlemen. It is today's date in China, is where it's using the actual date, so it's an early spring day in this track right now. Let's go back here and see what Amber Curie Andrews up to right now. Over the back of Herlo, this is going to be a great battle right now as they come out of the final corner. Some of these guys have pitted. I'm horrible at keeping track of pits. And let's go back here and ride along with Herlo as we see Amber Curie Amber go by him right now, taking off this position as we come across the line for lap 9, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 9 out of 25. Herlo on the back of Amber Curie Andrew. Amber Curie doing a great job. Up to 7th place. I think he finished 8th in the sprint race. Currently doing a little better right now, up to 7th place, but we did see 1 or 2 guys into the pits. I'm going to try to keep an eye on them as they come in. I normally do it for the leaders, and then anybody who's racing, pretty light racing, I'm going to try to keep a track of it here. Let's see what Uniclark's up to. 3rd place, Uniclark right now, only 2 seconds off of the lead. You can see Lightblade way out front there. Just looked like he's going down towards turn 11. Hard on the brakes there. You see Dicrox in behind him, and then Uniclark. That's your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. If you guys are interested in joining what you're seeing on the stream, this is our Thursday Night Light series. No points, just bragging rights. It's an opportunity for try to get everybody involved. Random car, random tracks, as we're watching Uniclark come around the final corner, coming to the line for lap 10, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 10 out of 25. 15 laps remain in this session with a mandatory pit stop. Lightblade was our sprint race winner, doing it in style. He had about a 3 or 4 second lead over the field, and right now it looks like he's resuming. Currently 1.8 seconds out in front of Dicrox, and we're riding on board with Uniclark right now. As he now looks like he tries to take the position away from Dicroc. And Dicroc, what's going on with Dicroc? Dicroc surrendering that position now to Uniclark, and Uniclark now going to try to make a charge for a Lightblade, who is still consistently pulling away. Let's take a look at some of these lap times here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Lightblade currently running. His best lap is a 139.1 to Uniclark's 138.6. So Uniclark's a little bit faster right now. Taking a look at these timings, I'll leave the timing screen up here for a minute if you guys want to follow along. Looks like 139.0 for Dicroc. So 139.0, 139.1 for Lightblade and Diacrocs, and Uniclark at a 138.6. So Uniclark right now setting the pace. Amber Q Andrew also had a 139.7. So those are the guys who are pretty fast. And also TTV Alienzo also had a 139.0. So that's some pretty fast guys in here right now. Uniclark leading the field around at a 138.6. Right now, currently second place. Let's go back here and see what Tuggy Bear is up to. Get rid of this timings board here. Tuggy Bear now, you can see a battle going on in front of him between TTV and Nord Viking here. Nord Viking just got promoted to the GT5 full series before the season even started. I want to get a huge congratulations to him. Signed up last year in the reserves a few times, watching Tuggy Bear on board with Tuggy Bear right now. Keeping an eye on this action. For 8th place, TTV has it. Nord Viking in 9th and Tuggy Bear in 10th. A little bit of contact there. And oh no, big smash up. Big smash up in turn 11 as Tuggy Bear gets it going again. TTV gets it going, and Nord Viking now taking that position. Looks like he may be giving a position back, or he may have to give it back because of the game. Regardless, sportsmanlike driving by all these guys here on the track as they come out of the final corner, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come. We were talking earlier about Nord Viking. You see him now in 9th place. Nord Viking claiming his ticket for the GT5 Series, our North American Tour this season, our 6-week season. He said he's pretty excited to join in and get a ride for the full season. So congratulations to him for coming up through the ranks. We had a guy retire. He was next on the list. Fastest fingers always win for that, and we'll see what happens here. Let's go back and see where Hurlo's up to right now. Hurlo back to 10th place. Tuggy Bear up to 8th place right now, in behind Nord Viking. We were on board with Nord Viking. Back to Tuggy Bear. Now let's see what Diacroc's doing with Uniclark, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the top 3 spots. Lightblade still pulling away from these guys. 2.2 seconds out in front of Uniclark and 2.9 seconds out in front of Diacroc's right now. As you can see, these guys come around turn 12 and head out towards turns 13. This little left-hander here is turn 13. And then off to turn 14. And like we always do, ladies and gentlemen, coming across the line, we're on board with Lightblade. We're going to take a ride around the track in our ride along. Coming across the start finish line, ladies and gentlemen, as we do it right now, lap 12 out of 25, almost half through as we come through turn 1, a hard braking zone, a long right-hander, and then this is turn 1 and 2. As you can see, Lightblade getting a little bit loose there. This long sweeping right-hander coming up is turn 3, ladies and gentlemen. And then up to this hard braking zone, hard on the brakes right here at that marking zone, making this left onto the paint, trying to keep the traction as you can. Then back up through the gears as he comes around turn 5, and this right-hander, turn 6 as he comes by the bleachers. You see some flags in the stands waving for him. Hard on the brakes one more time, this hairpin, hard right hairpin, then back on the brakes there. You can see him back up through the gears around turn 7. And then this little right-hander here, long enough to be a turn, they're going to call it turn 8, and then back down here to this another hard right hairpin, hard on the brakes, down all the way through the gears. You can see the RPMs dropping down, 80 kilometers per hour, around turn 9, then around turn 10, and right here is that infamous turn 10. The Lightblade does a great job keeping the tires on the road there, losing minimal traction. Back up through the gears, hard on the brakes once again to another right-hand hairpin to turn 11, and then right here, this is turn 12, and then hard on this stretch here, this little left-hander coming up is going to be 13, back to turn 14. You can see them going up through the RPMs. They're hitting 95, 96, 9800 RPMs in these little radicals, so these things are putting out some serious revs. And back to the start-finish line for lap 13. Halfway through here, ladies and gentlemen, that was your ride along here at Zhuai and the Radical RS3 with our race leader, Lightblade. Diacroc's currently falling positions right now, 4 seconds behind him as he comes across the line. You can see Lightblade going off into the picture there a little bit. Evan now up to 3rd place. Looks like Uniclark may have went into the pits 20 seconds back now, so Uniclark on his pit cycle. We're assuming he's on his pit cycle. Coming across the start-finish line right now, Amber Q Andrew up to 5th, coming across the start-finish line, lap 13 out of 25. A little over halfway through this session, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for your comments. I want to thank you guys for all of your supports. J Palm wants to know what's going to be the pit strategy here. Jeff Sharp coming in and saying, let's go Tuggy. Tuggy's doing a pretty good job right now, currently riding in 6th place under pressure by TTV. TTV having some pretty fast lap times there, as we've seen the lap timing sheet. And right now, all over the back of Tuggy Bear. Let's go trackside, ladies and gentlemen. as we keep an eye on the action here. Change the view for you a little bit as you hear my Great Dane, my newly acquired Great Dane, barking in the background. TTV all over the back of Tuggy Bear as we come up around turn 6, ladies and gentlemen. Tuggy Bear, one of our regulars here at the Rubbings Racing League, always has a great time racing on a Fanatec CSL Elite, I believe, with the big fancy pedals. I forget what they're called. I want them, but I can't remember what they're called, ladies and gentlemen. I have a little bit of a brain fart here. But doing a great job tonight. Currently running 34 seconds off of the pace, but I think these guys may have pitted because it goes Diecroc now. Where is Lightblade? Looks like Lightblade may have disconnected. Lightblade has been disqualified for what? We don't know. We'll have to get some information on that. Apparently speeding in the pit lane. That is unfortunate because we don't know why that would have happened. I think those are off. I'm not sure why that would have happened, but Lightblade disqualified after winning the sprint race. Unfortunate for him. I've seen him go into the pits, not able to get it slowed up enough. We're going to have to take a look at that replay and see what happened there. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody has taken out the marker for the speed limit on pit road. Maybe that was the issue. We're not sure what's happening here. That's not sure what happened there. Evan now all over the back of Diecrocs. We have 9 guys left in the session. 9 drivers remaining in the session, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 14 out of 25. That is unfortunate for Lightblade. Puts all of his heart and soul and time and energy into making this happen. Looked like he had the race in command. Not sure what was going to happen for the rest of the race, but unfortunate this qualification for him. Been having some issues lately today with the servers. Not sure if that was a server issue or maybe a glitch issue. Not sure. As we see Evan now put the bumper to Diecrocs to move him out of the way a little bit just to say, hey, man, I'm here. Evan now taking that first position away. Diecrocs now to second position. And Uniclark now back to third. We believe these first 2 guys have not pitted yet, so as we keep an eye on the action, ladies and gentlemen, we got to make sure what's going on here. Now Diecrocs into the pit. Let's keep an eye on his pit here. Evan left out there all by himself. Lap 15 out of 25. 10 laps remain here in China, ladies and gentlemen, with the Radical RS8. Coles into his pit. Looks like it's going to be 4 or 5, maybe 6 seconds. Time is still winding down. Looks like it's going to be about 7 seconds or so. Diecroc is down and is out of the, not out of the pits, but rolling away. Uniclark goes by, and it looks like Amber Cuey Andrew is going to meet Diecroc at the end of pit road, and these guys might be neighbors here pretty soon. Diecroc coming out of the pits here, right behind Amber Cuey. So this is your top 4, ladies and gentlemen. Evan is running out front, has not pitted yet, currently 15 seconds out in front of the lead. Amber Cuey, or Uniclark, now up to second place. Looking like he may take over, inherit the lead of this race. If Evan comes into the pit here, we're pretty sure he has not pitted yet. So Uniclark looking like he may inherit the lead of this race and maybe take the win if he can keep the rubber down on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Amber Cuey Andrew up to third place, 20 seconds behind the lead. And Diecroc now back to fourth place. These 2 guys, Diecroc came out of the pit behind Amber Cuey. And Amber Cuey now is in third place in that final podium position. Tuggy Bear and TTV still in the battle here. TTV on the back of Tuggy Bear. TTV was doing a great job out front for the first 8 or 9 laps of this race. Came out of the final corner, hit that curve, lost it just a little bit, spun it into the inside wall, and it's been history from there, ladies and gentlemen. 42 seconds behind the lead. We know that Evan has not pitted yet. He's going to try to maintain his lead out there and see if he can put distance on these guys. Uniclark and Amber Cuey are not racing side by side. We're keeping an eye on this action right here, so they may be able to make up a little bit of time. 4 seconds separates Amber Cuey and Uniclark, and another 15 seconds separates Uniclark from Evan. So TTV on the back of Tuggy Bear right now as you see these guys come down to the final backstretch, this 600-meter long backstretch here to turn 11, out around turn 12, and oh no, somebody goes around once again. It looks like it's TTV, not able to put the traction down again, giving Tuggy Bear all kind of room to get away from him. Now Tuggy Bear up to 5th place, doing a great job tonight hanging in here in China. The sun's starting to get down a little. Yes, it's starting to get down. It's starting to boogie. The sun is starting to go down a little bit. You see the shadows are starting to get a little long. Dusk is starting to set in a little bit here, so we're going to be going towards the evening hour. Track temperature is 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and the outside temperature is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So still pretty evenly matched as they were at the beginning of the race. Like I said, a late spring day here in Zhuai International in China as we're keeping an eye on Tuggy Bear. Evan out front currently right now, coming up to turn 11 and out around turn 12. Let's see what he does here as he comes down towards pit lane. Let's see if he's going to make a pit stop this time by. We know he has not pitted yet. Herlo and Nordviking back here in 8th and 9th place. Only 2 seconds separate these guys right now. Let's see if Nordviking can do anything, or Herlo can do anything with Nordviking. Try to catch up with him here as you see him come out of turn 4 and out around turn 5. See the sun reflections starting to show up on the track a little bit in some of the camera angles as the sun is starting to set in the west here, ladies and gentlemen. You see Herlo now in 9th place. Good to have him on track. It was on track last week. Always likes to get involved with Thursday Night Lights. If you guys want to get involved, like I mentioned before, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Click that link that says register as a driver. If you go to the website, it'll give you a little bit of bio info about who we are, what we do, what our mission statement is, what our goals are, and what we want to try to accomplish here as a racing league. We are a very young racing league, so we're not doing everything perfectly. CMCF1 disconnected. Thank you for tuning in, CMCF1, tonight. I know we were having connection issues in the beginning of the race here. I have been able to hold on to my connection, so I am here for the long haul or until it kicks me off. I apologize for the dog barking in the background, ladies and gentlemen. He does that from time to time. I have not found a way to put a Great Dane in a room and isolate him to himself. It's easier for me to leave him in the room with me. Evan now out front. Looks like he is coming up to turn 11 and 12. Did not pit last time by. Uniclark up to second. Amber Kiwi now up to third. And looks like there's not going to be a lot of action going on. Let's see what Tuggy Bear and Herlo are up to. These two guys have been beating on each other here a little bit. We've seen TTV now up to 5th place. Good for him, man. Good running for TTV Alienzo tonight. Doing a great job. Racing here in Zhuai. I did not want to do that. I was trying to do something different. So right now, Tuggy Bear going off track a little bit, and it looks like we have Herlo going a little bit wide, side by side. Looks like Herlo's trying to get a little bit of grip in the front end of that car, maybe trying to heat them tires up a little bit. Like we said in the sprint race, in the intermission, a lot of these guys were complaining that the tires weren't heating up enough. So hopefully they're trying to move these cars around. Maybe he's trying to put some heat in them front tires, try to get some grip as they know the track temperature is going to start to come down. What a great camera angle by Slightly Mad Studios here as we come into turn 9 and out of turn 10, ladies and gentlemen. Sun's starting to set here a little bit, going into the evening hours. Lap 18 out of 25. About 7 laps remain here as we're keeping an eye on this battle. This is for the last position, ladies and gentlemen. This is going on about a minute behind the leader, Evan. If you're tuning in and wanting to know where Lightblade is, he did win the sprint race, but for some strange reason, he got disqualified for speeding on pit road. I don't know if that was a game mistake or if that was a driver mistake. It is unlike a Lightblade to make minor mistakes like that. But it does happen, ladies and gentlemen. It does happen. We don't know. We'll get the story after the race, and we'll try to give you the details if you're interested. So that's what happened to our leader, Lightblade, chiming in. He said he's absolutely gutted. Chiming in on the stream. Sideways GT4 chiming in always. Thanks for the commentary and your time. Said he got stuck at the pits and couldn't get to the lineup. Great racing. That's unfortunate, Sideways. Good to have you on track. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support, my man. And we'll see you next time on Thursday Night Lights. Evan now up to first place. Still hasn't taken his pit stop yet. And where is Evan on track right now? Evan coming into the pits. And let's see where Uniclark is at right now. Uniclark coming down this long stretch here, coming around turn 13 out to turn 14. It looks like Uniclark is going to inherit the lead here as he comes out of the final corner, starting down towards the start finish line. Let's see where Evan is at. Evan is still on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, doing some track. They dropped the jacks. He is down and rolling. Amber QE Andrew is going to go by Evan in the pit, and Dycroc now looks like he may be side by side with them. Where is Evan right now? Evan coming out of the pit, side by side action as Dycroc comes in behind him, ladies and gentlemen. We got Evan now up to 3rd place, back to 3rd place, and Dycroc's now to 4th place as the sun is starting to set here in Zhuai, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the cockpit camera. You can see the sky starting to change color. Riding along with Dicroc, as you've seen, Evan had to go into the pits late. You see the sun setting in the background, the pink sunset in through the clouds here. Beautiful sunset in Zhuai. You see the reflection on the road. Stand, the light should be coming on in the stands here pretty soon. Lap 19 out of 25. 6 laps remain in this session. Keeping an eye on this battle right now. Dicroc was up to second place behind Lightblade. Lightblade too fast into the pits. Ended up getting disqualified. We're not sure why that happened. I think that may have been a game issue. But regardless, it is what it is. Lightblade not able to finish the race tonight. Did take the sprint race, though, and won the sprint race. Good to see him taking that. Wanted to get sweet redemption for last week, but unfortunately, wrapping it up, putting it on a hauler, and getting out of here a little early tonight. Dicroc now putting all kind of pressure on Evan as they come to third place, putting the lights to him, saying, hey, man, I am back here. Oh, no, and Dicroc goes around, gets back on track here. He'll turn 12, and he's got his work cut out for him if he wants to try to gain position on Evan. Uniclark taking the lead right now, 3 seconds behind Ambercury, right along with Ambercury. See him coming across the start-finish line. Lap 20 out of 25, 5 laps remain here. Uniclark, see him going up around the corner. 3 seconds now around Ambercury Andrew. Tuning into the charity YouTube stream there, getting a lot of love from some guys out there, man. Thank you guys, thank you. It cannot be as good as it is without the guys on track, though, I promise you. They make my job very easy. I just call the guys in the action on the track. I'm very humbled, and I'm very humbled by you guys' responses, and I love you two guys, I really do. And you guys make this what it is. The fans and the drivers make it what it is. So Uniclark up in third, riding along with Ambercury Andrew right now, currently 4 seconds, not losing any much and not gaining too much ground on Uniclark right now. Uniclark on cruise control. Evan currently in fourth place. You see him coming around turn 9 as well. Dicroc should be coming around that same corner. Yes, he is. And now he's back to fourth place, not making up any position or any time on Evan right now. Currently losing time on Evan. You can see Evan way down out of the picture, making that right-hand corner around turn 11. Dicroc's coming into it. Uniclark, lap 20. Coming to the line here for lap 21. Let's go back here and see what Nord Viking's up to. Nord Viking, it looks like, was on the back of Old Smoky for a little bit, but looks like he got a little loose coming out of turn 7 there. Coming down here towards turn 9. Got some exciting racing coming up here in the future, ladies and gentlemen, in the near future. As a matter of fact, we had our touring car series kick off Tuesday night. Tuesday night, it was a great series. I didn't get a chance to tune in and watch it. I know I should be, but I didn't get a chance. I don't have much information on that for you. I've been kind of busy behind the scenes with a bunch of stuff going on here. Nord Viking doing a great job. Looks like he's gaining a little bit of time on Old Smoky as they come out of turn 7, head down towards, towards turn 14 here, ladies and gentlemen, down towards turn 14. Lap 21 to 25, 4 laps remain. And oh no, there goes Nord Viking again onto the pit road entrance. Oh, into the barriers. That's unfortunate for him. It's unfortunate. Track's starting to go away. Got to be careful coming around the corner, out of last corner, guys. There's a car spun in the grass. Looks like Tuggy's going to be able to manipulate the corner and get around Nord Viking as Nord Viking gets it back up through the gears. There he goes. You can see him coming out of the frame. Tomorrow night, if you guys are interested, on the same channel, same time, same channel, our GT5 series kicks off tomorrow night at Watkins Glen Short. Same criteria, 20-minute sprint, twice the length feature. It's going to be absolutely epic, man. We have a lot of fast, clean guys in this GT5 lobby this season. A lot of guys chomping at the bit. Our returning champion, the console, is going to be in there. Lightblade's going to be in there. Lion's Foot's going to be back in there. Like I mentioned earlier, Nord Viking's got his ticket for the GT5 series. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT time. If you're in the United States, got to remember we went to daylight savings time. So we are now an hour closer to them guys. We were 5 hours. It was 5 hours GMT, or 5 hours Eastern Standard Time to GMT time, and now it is 4 hours. So anybody watching stateside for the next week or two. I believe it's going to be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. GMT time, ladies and gentlemen. 8 p.m. GMT. It's not going to change for the GMT time zone. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, tune in to GT5 Series. North American Tour kicks off tomorrow night at Watkins Glen Short. It's going to be absolutely crazy chaos in the hills of New York State, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night, we're going to start off our LMP2 Series. Ubar is going to get that started off. And then Sunday, yours truly, Kenbo76, will be hosting and broadcasting on the GT3 Series, or our inaugural, our first race of the GT3 Series, which I'm not sure where it's at this week. I just kind of got called into it a little bit, and but it's going to be exciting anyway. So I will be on mic tonight, Friday night, and Sunday night. If you guys want to tune in, show your support for the league and your favorite fans and your favorite GT3 guys, your favorite GT5 guys, you'll be able to see them all. Once again, 8 o'clock Sunday night GMT as well. As a friendly reminder, if you're watching from the States, we are in daylight savings time, so we did gain an hour on them. So it's only 4 o'clock. It will be an hour later in the States at 4 p.m. EST and 8 p.m. GMT. I just wanted to get that out there. We had a little bit of confusion on the stream tonight, so that's how it's going to be for the remainder of the time. The Europeans can resume as normal, like I said. Riding along with Uniclark, lap 23 out of 25. Uniclark was able to take over the lead at lap, I forget what lap it was, about lap 20, lap 19 to lap 20, when Evan went into the pits. Evan not able to make up any time. Evan currently running in third, 8.9 seconds off of the lead. Amber Q. Andrew making up a little, it looks like he's losing a little bit now, 5.4 seconds off the lead. Let's take a look at some of the timings here to what guys are left here. The timings right now, Uniclark setting a 138.6. That's a blistering lap, ladies and gentlemen. Evan currently running a 138.7. So that's not too far behind him. That's the only two 138s we have on the board right now. We have a 139.0 run by Dicrox and a 139.1 run by Amber QE, and 139.0 also run by TTV Alienzo. So still a couple fast guys left here. Tuggy Bear also coming in at a 139.2. But Tuggy Bear, I think he could probably run minute laps around here and still not catch up with the leaders. These guys are just out in front of everybody right now. Getting rid of that timing board. Uniclark now still in first place. 23 out of 25. And let's see what TTV's up to. And Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear now racing with Nordic Viking. See Nordic Viking having some kind of issues on track today with the traction. The sun is almost set here, ladies and gentlemen. And we see now Tuggy Bear getting a little bit sideways. Nordic Viking being able to drive off a little bit. Lights have come on for the spectators in the stand. You can see it there on the left-hand side. Tuggy Bear's waving to his wife. You can see his wife up in the stands. I can see her up there waving. Give her a little blink of the light. Too busy waving at her and too busy going off track. Commentators curse. Sorry about that, Tuggy. That's quite all right. Uniclark out front, lap 24 out of 25, doing a great job. Let's go back trackside here, ladies and gentlemen. I love the onboard, but it just makes me feel more comfortable. But on board or trackside with Uniclark, the sun has gone down. We're into the evening hours here. Lap 24 of 25, 2 laps remain. Actually, 1.5 laps remain here at Zhuai as we see Uniclark doing a fantastic job coming into turn 9. If you're tuning in, like I said, to see Lightblade got disqualified. Too fast entering pit lane. We're not sure what happened there. We're going to try to get some comments after the race and see what happened here, ladies and gentlemen. It's unfortunate. He did win the sprint race. Was on his way to winning the feature race as well. He had about a 4-second lead out in front of everybody. But as you know, anything can happen in motorsports, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what can happen. And right now, Uniclark coming down to the final corner one more time here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming around turn 14, Uniclark, it looks like he is in cruise control right now. 6 seconds out in front of Amber QE. Amber QE doing a great job. South African, living in Ireland right now. Not sure if he's still over in Ireland. I know they have a bunch of talk on the radio and on the news about Ireland being in a state of shutdown or whatever. Lap 25, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on board with Uniclark, and we're riding on board with Uniclark. Get rid of the interface as he comes around. And actually, I'm going to get rid of the map as well. You guys seen him go around here long enough. This is just a victory lap for Uniclark. Keeping an eye on him as he comes down now to turn 4 and out around turn 5. Looks like he's coming up on lap traffic. The sun has gone down. The headlights are on, giving a flash of his lights to the fans. Una Clark coming by the grandstands here, coming down to turn 7. Hard on the brakes, taking it just a little bit easy. Street lights are on. You can see him here, lighting up the billboards with the headlights. Una Clark coming out of turn 7, down towards turn 8, and then towards turn 9. This hard left-hander, ladies and gentlemen. See the moon out just a little bit over the mountains, showing a little bit of reflection on the clouds. Great finishing race here at Zhuai for our Thursday Night Lights, episode 24. The 24th time we've done this within the Rubbings Racing. I want to thank everybody who's been involved, everybody who's taken the time out of their personal life to sit down and get involved with the staff, get involved with Rubbings Racing, and get involved on track here. Always good to see new faces and new talent on Thursday Night Lights. Next week, I will announce it probably tomorrow. I wanted to do it for tonight, but like I said, ladies and gentlemen, my life has been absolutely crazy here for the last week or two, so I do apologize for that. I want to thank you guys, and as Una Clark comes around the corner for the final time, crossing the line, Una Clark takes Thursday Night Lights number 24 at Zhuai in the Radical RS3. Congratulations to Una Clark. Amber Huey Andrew coming across in second place. Massive shout out to him. Great run by him. Dicrox was up there in the running for quite some time, and then he had a spin there as the sun went down. The track temperature still remained the same, about 92 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just the outside temperature dropped by a couple degrees down to 60 degrees Fahrenheit as he comes around the final corner. Dicrox, thank you for tuning in there. Thank you for showing up on track with us tonight. Coming across in third place, Old Smoky now under pressure by TTV. What's happening here, ladies and gentlemen? We have a little battle all the way to the line. Let's see where they're at coming on track here. Let me put the map back up. I'm not sure where they're at. Yeah, this is going to be a race to the line, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of turn 11 to turn 12. Looks like TTV is in that 4th position. Old Smoky, can Old Smoky do anything with him here? Let's go cockpit it with Old Smoky and see what he's going to be able to do with TTV here. TTV had a great run at the beginning of this race. First 8 or 9 laps, he was out front. Can he do anything to hold off a charging Old Smoky? Old Smoky gets a good run out of the corner. Oh, you can see him following all the rest of the tracks, but no, it looks like TTV is going to come across in 4th place. Thank you, TTV. What a great race for these guys. Old Smoky coming across in 5th. Hurlo coming across in 6th place. Want to give a big thanks to him for showing up tonight. Nord Viking had a great run there at the beginning of the race. Like I said earlier, coming around the final corner, looks like he's going to bring it and put it to bed. 7th place. Evan, it looks like he's just going to go ahead and park it, and Tuggy Bear is going to park it in the grass as well. This has been a production of Rubbings Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Our Thursday Night Lights number 24, Zhuai at with the Radical. These guys are doing burnouts on the track, celebrating their victory. Una Clark doing a victory burnout, saluting his fans, flashing the lights. Huge congratulations to Una Clark for the win. And oh no, I am wrong. I missed that, ladies and gentlemen. Amber Huey Andrew had a 10-second Una Clark had a 10-second penalty. Oh, that was my fault. I don't pay attention enough to the timings. Oh, unfortunate. Amber Huey Andrew takes the win. These are official timings, ladies and gentlemen. Una Clark thought he had it. He's got a 10-second penalty. Dicrox still with that 10-second penalty. Old Smoky coming across in 4th place. Hurlo coming across in 5th. TT Alienzo, great running in the beginning of the race, up to 6th place. Held off the charging Light Blade, who got disqualified. Nord Viking, thank you for showing up tonight, my friend. 7th place. Evan IRL, late coming in tonight. 8th place in the feature. Tuggy Bear 9th, and Light Blade coming in 10th with that disqualification. The console 11th, Big Dom, and myself. And once again, just for the record, Amber Huey Andrew, congratulations to our South African for a huge victory tonight at Zhuai and the Radicals. Like I said, this has been a production of Rubbings Racing. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I am your host, Kenbo76. God bless and good night.